Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Crit Miss Role-Playing Games, the greatest gaming community since the bubonic plague. This is Beckoned Blackest Night, the most spine-tingliest horror D&D actual play on the internet. I'm here with Jem, Dan,
hey.
Christian, and the other guy. What's going on, everybody?
It's me, Mod.
How you doing?
Good, man. Good.
Whoa. Good?
I did have, just before we kick off, I did have a thought of maybe we could change the name of the show.
All right. Oh, yeah. I'm open to suggestions. I'll listen to what you have to say and then ignore it like I normally do. But feel free to throw it out there. What do you got?
Beckoned Blackest Curse.
Beckoned Blackest
Because
Curse.
then, if you do the show with hashtag BBC, you'll get way more views.
Yeah. A
lot of people be searching BBC.
Yeah, we will probably get a lot more views. We will probably also get a lot more like downvotes on YouTube from very, very disappointed people who were here for something entirely different.
And upvotes on Pornhub.
You know what? Should we upload this to Pornhub just to see what happens?
What would you do? Do they have
a
an
group
opposite?
of 5 people get ravaged by an eternal.
There's some weird stuff on it. I see like Minecraft posts of like people just playing Minecraft sometimes. It's weird.
Let's do it. I reckon we should and see whether we get kicked off it for not being the content that they want.
That was a fun admission from Christian. Let's not brush over the fact that Christian's been browsing Pornhub and has found Minecraft videos.
I'm looking for the Minecraft VODs, obviously.
This podcast brought to you by Pornhub.
If they sponsored us, that would be great.
Look,
maybe we can have a bit of a sexy monster thing going on.
Your pumpkin's going to get a makeover.
Strahd is meant to sort of like flirt the line of like tempting some of the players, so...
Yeah. Look, I'm not above adding a little bit of R-rated content to this stream if it gets us a sponsor, and I'm definitely not above having Pornhub sponsor the channel. Anything I can do to make this my living, I will absolutely do it. Hey, Sportsbet, if you're listening, I'm open to some negotiations. We can talk.
Oh, God. I wish you weren't serious.
Yeah, I don't have any I've got no standards when it comes to sponsors, so I'm open to anything. Some people,
bought, ladies and gentlemen.
You may have sensed that we're a player down tonight. Unfortunately, Grace is unable to join us. She has become lost in the mists of Barovia. Unfortunately, it's still to be seen whether or not she'll make her way out before next episode. I don't know. Episode? What's an episode? Quickly.
I'll tell you. Looking at Pornhub categories.
Search Pornhub for episode. I want to know what it is.
Good old epic codes.
Just don't share your screen. It'll mess up my cameras.
Someone
messing
put
up your
that.
cameras. Have you seen?
Here we go.
Hashtag episode.
I'm going to put epic chode in the chat, so you might have to say it again next week.
The Mod and Christian are on the wrong way round. Saxy pointed out.
That's why
I was feeling more handsome than normal.
I was a righteous paladin who secretly wants to be a warlock.
I kind of like it the way that it is. Let's just leave it like that. That's fun. You guys have to play each other's character.
There's a suggestion about tentacles. If we have tentacle monsters, we're covered for Pornhub.
There we go.
I don't know if there's really tentacly things in Barovia. Like,
could you pigeonhole them in there, Sven? Do you reckon?
There could be.
I can pigeonhole just about anything you ask me to.
Without tentacles.
I guess it could be like a vine monster or a plant monster.
Could be.
There is no scenario, no situation that I cannot shoehorn a tentacle into. Okay?
Years of practice.
Years.
Is this our banter topic tonight?
Decades.
Yes,
No, it's
apparently.
not. No, it's not.
How to turn this campaign into full-on porn.
Listen, I'm just going to say, you guys are unprofessional. I can't believe you brought up this topic.
Look.
Mod's taking the high. Yeah.
The Patreons need something to fill their eager bellies. I don't know. They're not eating it, but I don't know. Let's just let's not dig any deeper into that one. Before we do get started tonight, I did want to quickly give a huge shout out to Tabletop Audio. They have the widest variety of sound sets and are available completely for free. No need to sign up or anything, just good old tabletop ambience, and all at the convenience of the internet. So for you people out there that don't have the internet, I guess you just have to make the ambience with your mouth, the old-fashioned way. Yeah, get good at that. This episode is brought to you by a quote, this time from Sweet Pea from last week's episode on Twitch. And Sweet Pea said, "You forgot to ask, can we level up?" I just wanted to say thank you for letting us know that my mic wasn't working at the beginning of last week's episode. It's all right because we didn't miss anything important, but because my mic wasn't working for the first half of last week's episode, the players missed out on all of the experience they would have gotten from the banter. So unfortunately, they were leveling up just yet.
So we're leveling up now then?
No, because you missed out on that experience. So you're behind on the experience, the bits that you would have gotten from the banter, you know? Yeah, so unfortunately, no leveling up. No leveling up.
I hear you trying to shove your tentacles in the right spots again in any way you can, Sven.
Yeah, man, I'm just like, if there is like even an inch of a gap, boom, tentacle, in it goes.
Yeah. So can we ask, is there a ban on us asking if we've leveled up?
Well, we were talking about this just before we went live, and you mentioned, was it you or was it Mod? Someone mentioned a quote by legendary fantasy author George R.R. Martin, who said that, Dan said it, he'll kill a character every time someone asks him when he's going to finish the last book, and I thought that was a really good...
Last book, Sven. Second last book. I don't know. I don't read fantasy. It's not... I don't like fantasy. I like fact books. What are fact books called? Non-fiction?
Non-fantasy.
Non-fantasy.
Non-tentacle.
I only like non-fiction books. Big fan of autobiographical sports books. No one's going to call it. Okay. Moving on. Banter topic. Someone who asked me what the banter topic was. Christian. Yes.
We bantered, and I want to see if I die or not.
No.
Well, did we want to save the banter topic for next week?
Yeah, let's crack on.
No. We're not saving the banter topic. Let's do this real quick. The people that didn't get any banter last week, they want some now.
We've been banting for like 20 minutes, 15 minutes. Now.
Yeah.
On tentacles.
Let's just get this out of the way real quick. There's be a quick question. You tell me. Tell me the answer.
Apparently,
Everyone just say no.
Let me put the chat on. There we go. Sven sticks to his fairy smart. That's right. And that is traditionally non-fiction. Banter. We were talking about last week's episode. Like I said, we missed half an hour of content. So just quickly. Last week's episode ended with Fritz being accosted by a horrifying creature from beyond the veil. Although I wanted to ask you guys, have you ever seen a ghost? Let's start with you. We'll go with the most scientific person here, Christian. Have you seen a ghost?
I don't know how I'm scientific.
I don't know.
I do think I've had a couple of encounters in my life. When it comes to ghosts, I'm predominantly a person who doesn't really believe in them. I'm gods, or God, or whatever it is. I'm agnostic. I think there's stuff out there, but I don't know what it is, and I don't really have a firm belief in anything. I think it's silly to believe that stuff like ghosts don't exist. I think it's silly to believe that aliens aren't out there because of the vastness of the world and the lack of knowledge that we have. But I also, until I see it, I don't fully believe it. So I have had a couple of just odd occurrences, very much more recently, since my brother passed away. And I don't know if that's just a personal hope or not, or if it is those odd occurrences being somewhat of a sign of proof. But like things around the house of thinking about him, and while I'm thinking about him, the TV turns itself on like any other day, or for like years of my life that's never happened, and then that one moment it does happen. I don't know, just weird stuff like that. So I do think I've had odd encounters, but I could probably call back about like 4 or 5 of them.
Odd encounters, odd occurrences. I would imagine you're probably talking about the previous conversation that we just had about tentacles. That's an odd occurrence.
No, not quite that, no.
Speaking of tentacles, Mod, ever seen a ghost?
No. After my mother passed, I was going through a tough time, and I was driving out at Musselbrook and was driving at sunset, and the whole sky, it did that whole God rays thing, and it felt like that reached into the car and like grabbed my chest and made it start working again. And it was a very real connection where I knew it was her. But then I was like, "Where are you, you bitch?" She just didn't show herself.
So even beyond the grave, but, still fondling your chest.
But yeah, it was a I'm kind of with Christian. I'm not agnostic because
it's not like you can not believe in me when I'm sitting right in front of you.
I'm God.
Yeah. I don't want to spoil the myth for anyone.
I know it's true because it's me.
Well, everything's been going bad lately. That's because I wanted to come down here and play D&D.
Yeah. It's worth it. It's worth it.
Sorry, guys.
Speaking of
so
things
how do we worship you? How do we make this better?
I'm not above like offerings.
We level up.
A good sacrifice every now and then. Whose character am I going to kill tonight? Maybe Riot Eyes. Dan, speaking of agnostics, seen a ghost? I don't know.
No, I think I'm like the most agnostic out of everyone here.
Okay, so no competition.
No, I just made it 1 and I won.
I forgive you, my son.
I very similar to Christian and Mod in terms of like if I can't explain it, I can't see it, I can't like scientifically deny it. Who knows? Like anything could happen, but it hasn't happened to me, and I can't say I've had any experience with it.
Well, there's still time. You've got a good couple of years still left in you, so there's still time for you to see something that you can't explain. Not unlike myself. Some people have tried to explain me in the past, but they failed. Speaking of people who have tried to explain me, Jem, seen a ghost?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, moving on.
Good story.
It's funny because like I'm very sciencey. Like I started a science degree, yeah, but I'm also a witch. So I've got this weird dichotomy where I like to see something to believe it, or the data has to be there. But then I also have felt and seen and experienced things that we do not have a current explanation for in our world. So yeah, it's kind of like I think that there is something to do with energy, and sometimes things do come across. Like I had a very dear family member pass on, and a few nights later the kettle turned on in my kitchen without anyone touching it. And I was like, hey, you're here. Okay, cool. It's that sign. And I've had nights in like a haunted house, and that's not fun. So like that is not fun. But in my day-to-day life, I believe in energy and stuff. But yeah, I think that there's a lot that we'll find out maybe in our lifetime as well. I think we've still got a lot to know.
People that like go to haunted houses, or that go like spelunking in caves, like you're just asking for bad shit to happen to you.
You really are. I went on a tour, and Jesus, my friend got scratched by nothing.
Your friend was called Jesus?
I avoid that stuff. And yeah, I've stayed in places that weren't supposed to be haunted. They were supposed to be a nice little getaway, and they were not.
I don't fully believe in ghosts, but that doesn't mean I'm going to go and taunt them. Like,
yeah.
Are you there? Come on, show yourself. You're scared. Those people that go to like prisons and stuff, and then they're sitting there like taunting them as like a joke. I'm like, bro, you're going to die in your sleep.
So like in Pentridge in Melbourne, I'm pretty sure it's Pentridge. It's one of the jails. I went on a daytime tour, and there's a cell in there that they're like, oh, we don't go in there, and it has a pentagram drawn on the floor because people have been in there trying to. And I'm like, no, let them be. Like, let the dead be.
There you go.
I think.
You heard it here first,
that's
folks.
Probably what we should be doing in this campaign as well, because I'm about to die in the campaign, I think. Sven, what about you? You have strong feelings about ghosts, sort of, sometimes.
I've never seen a ghost. But I have seen a couple of ginger people before in the past. I could see like how some people could confuse a ginger person for a ghost. They're so pasty, you know. No, I don't think I've seen a ghost.
Do you have a ginger child or?
I don't know, Max. You know, a little bit strawberry blonde, I suppose.
I have a ginger child also. Like, I think it gives. I was born a ginger as well, so
yeah.
I've got.
Yeah. So like every now and then.
I called Casper. Actually, that was my nickname in like 05 and 6. I was so pale.
I don't play with gingers.
Every now and then I come around the corner. I'm like, no, we're good. But yeah, I've never gone spelunking with the Holy Spirit or Jesus, your friend, as you said, and I wouldn't recommend it to anyone else. Just don't go spelunking in general. Go tobogganing instead. It's much more fun.
Sounds like something else. Can we?
Yes. Let's get on with it, shall we?
Enough now?
That's enough banter. I'm satisfied. I've had my fill. Let's move on with some actual gameplay.
Like I've learned a lot about the group. Thank you, everybody, for sharing.
Yes. Thank you, everybody, for sharing. You haven't learned anything about me because, as always, I've deflected with humor. That's just what I do. I learnt it from watching maths. So thank you, Gemma, for getting me onto that. I should do another disclaimer. I said this as well last week. There is a potential trigger warning for tonight's episode. This episode may feature themes that some viewers may find distressing, including descriptions of violence, horror themes, and potential child abuse. If any of these themes cause you to experience anxiety or distress, I would encourage you to maybe give this episode a skip. We have our safety systems in place, which is important when you're playing a horror-themed game, but consider yourselves warned. Speaking of which, we need to talk a little bit about last week's episode before we launch into this, because I think it bears mentioning. Because last week's episode ended on a bit of a juicy cliffhanger. And you all know I like the juice. Speaking of people who like the juice, Fujin, your adrenaline was still pumping from the battle that you had against the animated armor on the second floor balcony. You started just turning over the place, kicking in doors left and right. You kicked in this door to the south, which opened up into a bedroom. It's dark, it's choked with cobwebs, a thick layer of dust covering everything in the room. Only a sliver of dull sunlight filtering in through twin windows in the southern wall. There's also a bed, a couple of old end tables, a full-length mirror, and a soot-stained fireplace in the eastern wall. More immediately concerning to you, though, is the sound of a babbling baby filtering through a door to the west. You kick in that door too. And you see
Can I just make a thing?
Yes.
I'm sorry. Because we've discovered that the baby wasn't a stillborn, because we did say that last week.
That is correct, yes. There was
bastard.
Some crossed wires. Bastard child. There's a little bastard. Anyway, yes. Fujin, you see a cot. It's covered by a veil of dusty, moth-eaten black lace. You pull aside the canopy, and inside you see a tiny little bundle of black velvet blankets. And as you look, you notice it's like squirming a little bit, moving around. So, of course, you do the most Fujin thing possible, and you kick the cot. Not hard, mind you. Just enough to try and disturb
to shut the baby up.
Yeah, just to shut it up, because famously, babies are quieted by kicking their cot. It's science.
Mm-hmm.
It's non-fiction.
Unless it's South Park, you should kick the baby.
It's non-fiction. Don't kick the baby. You know, you give it a little nudge. You know, see what happens. But unfortunately, your shin passes right through the rotten wood of the cot, and the whole thing comes crashing down, spilling the tiny bundle onto the floor, which collapses in on itself. At this moment, Fritz, you feel the warmth just being sucked out of the room. And you turn to see the ghostly form of a woman drifting a couple inches above the floor. Her features are twisted in an expression of sorrow and fury. Her once elegant maid's uniform is now a tattered shroud, flowing like smoke around her ethereal, translucent body. Hollow, sunken eyes glow with a dim, hateful light. The haunting words, "It wasn't his fault," erupt from her visage as she lunges towards you, Fritz. I'm going to need a couple of things. First of all, I'm going to need you all to roll for initiative.
Yay!
Woo!
Excellent.
Get it
Alright.
on.
Initiative. Come on.
I should point out that this is like the best thing ever because we have 2 people with the alert feat.
Yeah, it's very nice. Nice and juicy.
So I rolled a 7 for myself, and I shared Tane's initiative before. She's got a +2. So she rolled a 4, unless somebody else had already rolled for her.
Oh, you did Thana's for us. She rolled a 4. You said.
She rolled a 2, and I added 2.
Okay. Just quickly, can you guys access her character sheet at all?
I can access it, but I can't. I have to roll individually.
Okay. All right. So
I can see it, and I can just add. I'll tell you the results.
that is something that we needed to talk about. After you guys have rolled for initiative, I want to find out a little bit how you guys want to handle Grace's absence. Because I don't think it's fair to say, you know, her character's not involved with the combat. I don't want to make the decisions lest she die and I be, you know, accused of playing unfairly, which I have been accused of in the past. So I was thinking maybe you guys can take control of a character and maybe, you know, deliberate a little bit about, you know, what you want to do. The only person I would say is not allowed to play her is Christian, because he'll play too tactically, and I want this to be easy for me.
Great offense to that.
What are you talking about?
I could play very tactically if I wanted.
If you wanted, but you never did.
Smash him.
But being the one that interviewed Grace on Debriefing Strahd, she did mention something that we hadn't heard about Thana before, that she is a ranged cleric, a ranged speciality.
Ooh.
Yeah, so
That's
no
odd, 'cause really
healing.
One of her leveled spells is inflict wounds. The only damaging spell actually is inflict wounds.
All right. Yeah, no, I think she said she had a bow and she was going to sort of stick in the background, maybe do some debuffing. It's not a word
I should have said guiding.
Grace would use. She's got a couple of spells. I don't know what she has. I never looked at a character sheet because I'm not that
Grace
kind of DM.
doesn't heal either. Like Thana doesn't like healing.
No, and
So-
that's I'm happy. So are you guys happy to have Mod take the wheel, or?
I'm happy.
Yeah?
Mod's
Yep.
happy. Grace
Yeah.
is alright with it all. Yeah.
Yeah, she'll be okay with that.
Did you speak to her about this?
No. We have an unspoken agreement that if she's not here, someone will.
It's a circle of trust.
No, I did.
I'm sure that you could play her anyway, and I know you'd do the right thing.
I
but
did
think
mention
it
to
becomes
her
the Mod.
that I was going to let you guys take the proverbial wheel for her character during this combat, and then I'll more than likely sort of narratively break her off from the rest of you guys so that you can continue to explore and I don't have to do any work, because I am work averse. But there is some work that we got to do here. I've got some characters to kill. I've got a horrifying ghostly creature that's going to do the killing for me. And
I got 10.
combat has just started. I don't have Thana. I will add her to the combat tracker. And you said she rolled a 4, so we'll change that to a 4. There we go. Alrighty then. First round of this horrifying combat.
Bill?
Yeah.
Can we swap initiative?
If
Where
that's
are
what you
you?
want, yeah.
If that's okay,
I rolled a 13, so I'm happy.
Yeah, that would be good because I'm currently a 10 and I'm right in front of the thing.
Alright, so swapping Fujin and Fritz's initiative. Fritz and Bill's initiative, sorry. Bill, you have a 13, so I'm going to change you to 13.
Is Bright Eyes
those
going to
to
go
a
on
12.
Fritz's turn?
I will add Bright Eyes to the combat tracker. Thank you for letting me know. Alright, so everyone should be on the combat tracker now. I've switched you guys over. Fujin, you also have the ability to switch your initiative if you wish to do so. If you wish to do so, now's the time to do it.
I'm going to go earlier this time rather than later. Just swap it up from the last combat.
Alright.
Would you like me to roll for Bright Eyes as well?
I've added him to the combat tracker, so it's rolled it automatically, if you're okay with that. Yes?
Yep.
Now, couple things. I spoke to some people today about this combat, and I mentioned that a lot of what's going to happen is going to come down to how the dice roll tonight. Now, this has been a very interesting beginning to this combat because my creature gets to go first. And I've got some even more bad news for you. Because none of you saw this creature before it attacked you, you are going to be beginning this combat with the surprise condition, which means that this creature is going to get 2 turns before any of you can act. What? I see you looking confused. Am I saying something wrong?
I'm fine with this.
You're fine with this? Okay. Doesn't sound like I'm
For
right.
dramatic reasons, I hold my tongue.
Okay. We can talk about it in debriefing Strahd, but I think we can get this combat started. So, the surprise condition means that you cannot take any actions until the beginning of your next turn, which is going to be on the second round. Now, this creature, I have already narratively explained, reaches out towards you, Fritz. Fritz, you are a relatively new player. You had a torch in your hands. I'm going to say I will allow you to drop the torch for free and have your weapon drawn. Sorry. My body is just shutting down, apparently.
I'm a witch.
Your spells can't save you now because this creature is going to make an attack.
Yes, thank you. I would like to do that because, I just thought a torch was cool to have.
Yes, but from now on, you have a torch.
I know.
You have it in your hands. So you drop the torch. It's on the floor. It's okay. All right, let's make an attack here against you, Fritz. This one's coming at you. And it rolled a 17 for a total of 21. I shouldn't have said that, but I should have just said 21, but there you go.
Okay, my AC is 13.
Your AC, also 21. Yeah, it's a little bit higher than 13. All right. Ooh, yeah, here we go. All right. So this creature reaches out towards you and you see this spectral hand, this bony, frighteningly thin hand reach into your chest, and you can feel its fingers wrap around your heart and begin to squeeze the life essence out of you. You're going to take, so many D6, 9 points of necrotic damage straight off the bat. And I'm going to need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. I'm trying to do the damage at the same time. Should I worry about that later?
We'll do the damage, and then once you're done, just roll a Constitution saving throw. We're not in a rush.
Okay.
I want to
so
really
I've got 9,
savor this experience.
Taken 9. Yeah. Okay. Now, how do I do that?
On your character sheet,
con saving throw?
Con saving throw,
all right.
correct. Yeah.
Come on.
DC 10.
I can't see it. 19.
Oh,
Nice.
Oh, no, take 2 because I'm exhausted. 17.
Oh,
That's still a good roll.
That's still a save.
yeah, very good.
You're all right for now.
That brings us to Fujin. Surprised. Fritz, you're surprised. Bill, very surprised. Bright Eyes,
Oh yeah.
so surprised. Tane, arguably the most surprised. And Thana, flat-faced expression as always, but still surprised. Which brings us to the top of round 2. Just going to skip through those.
It's annoying because the old 2014 alert, you couldn't be surprised.
Oh, now you can be surprised. Oh, look at that. Some of the rule changes work in my favor. Yes, what would you like to say?
Oh, me, nothing. I was just saying, like, can we not be surprised? I'm happy to find a loophole. An alert.
No.
Nothing.
No. Unfortunately, I'd like to say I did my research. I didn't, but I'm just banking on the fact that I'm correct here.
Well, before we go further, did you want me to correct you or not? I'm happy for it not, for dramatic purposes.
All right, what's the change?
Well, I'm asking just for 2024 rules.
Yeah.
A surprise isn't really a thing anymore.
Well,
They get advantage on initiative rolls, and that's...
yeah, if you're surprised, you have disadvantage on your initiative roll.
ooh. I did say we're using 124 rules, and I did not
I like this.
research
So
it.
I would... I don't want to deprive Gemma of a character death, so
No, you know what?
Like,
I
potentially
retroactively...
as a compromise, we could look at an alternate target for the second attack.
Well, because
very
you
cool.
went first anyway,
Mhm.
you would have gone first anyway. So
Look,
Yeah, so that we wouldn't need to reroll, but that is the 2024 ruling.
yes.
The surprised creatures have disadvantage on their initiative rolls. It's just meant to mean that they're a little slow and not be so broken, I guess, with surprise rounds.
Rule of cool, though.
I don't like that. I hate that. But as a DM, I need to be beholden to something. I did not read that. Wizards of the Coast, if you're watching, you owe me $10,000. I can retroactively change that. Let's move on back to you, Fujin. Taking away my surprise round. Take away your magic items.
When we entered into this room, you said obviously the windows were adding some slight light. Are they covered by curtains that's letting in more like light through the curtains, or is it direct light and the windows are curtainless?
There's some dusty old cobweb, moth-eaten curtains that are sort of over the top of the windows. They come like down and are sort of tied with a ribbon. They're sort of hanging limply, sort of swaying in a breeze that you can't quite seem to pinpoint where it's coming from. But yes.
And that attack at Fritz, it put its hand into Fritz's chest.
That's correct. The hand is inside Fritz.
Okay. I free action. I'm going to open the door to my south in case there's something that can possibly help us.
All right. I like how you just you made the ruling that it's a free action. I like that. It's good.
Wasn't it a free action to open the door? No.
Yeah, I'll allow it. That is a window, but it's open. Boom.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize it was a window. Sorry,
That's a
in that
window.
case, I'm not good. I don't need to worry about opening. I thought it was a door to see if there was something behind. No, that's okay. In that case, forego that. I'm just going to go straight into combat mode, but I've seen how deadly this thing's touch can be, so I'm going to try to avoid that if I can. So rather than going for 3 attacks, we need help! I'm going to shout as I sort of dart past Fritz down the hallway to all of our companions. And I'm going to move through Fritz's square, leap to the bed, and then somersault behind the spectre to get flanking on it.
Mm-hmm.
And with my main action, I'm going to then strike a, I guess, like defensive pose, going very few times that Fujin is not just going on the offense here, but he doesn't understand how this thing fights. If it's extremely deadly, this is his first time facing a ghost in his life. I'm just going to go for a bonus action, unarmed strike, and my main action is going to be dodging. So I'm going to take the dodge action. I can't bonus action dodge yet because I'm only first level monk. Just one unarmed strike as a bonus action. For a natural 20 though, excellent! I just needed one hit because that still procs my sneak attack for this turn. So a natural 20, so it's going to be 2d6 for the unarmed strike. I will get the plus d4 because this isn't the nick. And I get a 2d6 for the sneak attack, so 4d6 plus 4. Excellent. As I'm just going to wipe my fist, attempting to sort of go down to its shoulder, attempting to dislocate the arm that is in Fritz's chest. I'm not really sure if it's going to make physical contact because it's a ghost. So 13 plus 4, so 17 points of bludgeoning damage to the shoulder.
17, is
That's
it?
a big hit.
17.
Yes.
All right. I'll allow it.
How does that feel or look as I sort of go through it? My first time fighting a ghost.
So the hand is still inside Fritz's chest, and you can see the life force being drained from Fritz. His skin suddenly becomes sullen and colorless, and you can see the energy start to wrap itself around this creature's arm. She saved on a con save, so nothing further happens, but you dive into the room, rolling just past Fritz, jumping up onto the bed. Boom! You punch it, and the creature lets out this ethereal scream. And you feel it connect initially, and then it's almost like your hand passes through it. There's a little bit of resistance, but not as much as you would have expected.
Okay.
And the creature withdraws its hand out of Fritz's chest.
Physical attacks can hurt it. I'm going to sort of growl across to Fritz. I was worried that obviously that might not have any effects, avoiding any metagaming here. That's going to be my turn with the dodge action.
All right. Moving on. Fritz, it is your turn. You have Mods to thank for saving your life here.
Thank you. Oh my god.
Sorry.
All right, so I have a few thoughts. Do I have to use my action to ask Bright Eyes to do anything?
I think we agreed that until you become a Beastmaster that would take an action to command Bright Eyes to do something, yes.
Okay. Because I do have healing spells.
Okay.
So I'm considering using a healing spell as my action, which won't leave me much. So...
Not a bad chat.
Can people move through Bright Eyes' space?
Yes, they can move through Bright Eyes' space. It will be counted as difficult terrain, so it will take 10 feet of movement to move that 5 feet.
So I think this move, I'm going to move down towards the bottom, but not out of its range, so it can hit me. Mm-hmm. So am I able to move him?
Able to move who?
Want to move him? Fritz.
Fritz, you should be able to move him. Can you move him? Or do you want me to do it?
I'm going to move him here. All right, so still within striking range, so I didn't get that. Okay, now I'm going to heal myself. So I'm going to do Cure Wounds. Can I do that?
Yes, you should be able to do that. So that's a spell that you have that will take an action to cast, and you can cure your own wounds.
That gives me 12.
12 points of healing.
Yep. Okay, so that is going to put me up to full health again.
All right.
So I'll just go to 19. Yep.
Yep, that's correct.
Yep. I can't change it, unfortunately. Healing, come on. All right. Cool. Now, now what I'm going to do is I am going to use my bonus action to hit the thing with my hand axe.
Yes.
If I can.
Yes. I don't see any reason why you should not be able to do that. So yes.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to do this. Oh, and it's going to miss.
All right. So attack with the hand axe. Unfortunately, that is a miss. I'm going to say that you're having trouble because you can see this sort of ethereal smoke that's sort of wrapping around this creature, and you can't quite judge how far away it is because it's like incorporeal.
And Fritz is also exhausted still, so he's got a lot going on.
He does,
and he would yell out to Thana and just be like, "There's an actual ghost, a ghost," because he didn't quite believe in any of this until he saw this thing. It's just. He's pale as a sheet at the moment.
And she calls back, I did warn you that this place was haunted. Step back, let me deal with it.
Nice.
All right.
Actually, you all thought that it was the owners of the house. Just to correct you, I was the one that's right in this situation.
So is that my turn done?
That does sound like the end of your turn. You've moved. Bonus action. That is the end of your turn. Mr. Iron Dancer, you are the next person in the initiative order. What do? You hear these things called out. You can even have heard this creature, its shrill voice, as it said, "It's not his fault," or "It wasn't his fault," whatever the fuck I said. What do you do?
So I'm going to move 10 feet up to here, not the inner thing. Another 10 into here. Realize the mistake of my actions immediately. And go, fuck!
And you see this frightening visage of this paper-thin woman, semi-translucent, just turn towards you, and her jaw starts to open up, but it opens up much, much more than a human jaw is supposed to be able to do.
So I would like to action disengage, run into here, and if I could spend a bonus action trying to think of any stories that my parents might have told me about ghosts, and if there's anything that if I could pick up from those stories that I could help the party with.
There will be one amendment that I have to make. Your speed is 30, correct?
Yes.
So
it'll be to there because it's
correct. Moving through Bright Eyes' space did cost you an extra 5 feet, so you can move to there. That's correct. And yes, you can make a roll on this. I'll get you to roll a religion check, and I'll let you know what you find out. An 8. An 8, unfortunately, is not going to be enough. You do have heroic inspiration. If you want to use it, you can.
I won't. What I'll do is yell out and like, Tane, I think we've found the haunter of this place. You should come and kill this thing.
Right, I'm coming.
Bright Eyes starts barking. It is Bright Eyes' turn. You did not command Bright Eyes. I'm going to say, as the rules state, Bright Eyes is going to take the dodge action and probably remain where he is, which brings us to Tane Nui. What do you do?
Right. Had enough of this. I'm just going to run into the room. 5, 10, 15.
You can make it to there, yep. Stepping over the burning torch.
That I am.
You suddenly feel a glowing warmth in your tenderloins.
Well, as I get there, I start turning into the room where William ran, thinking that's where it's going to be because he's run towards the danger.
Mm-hmm.
and notice that the ghost is actually on the left. And I'm like, wait, what are you doing in there? And I look at my sword, which should still be glowing from divine favor.
Yeah, how long does that last?
Full minute.
Full minute? Yeah, I'm going to give it...
combat was a little bit ago, I did purposely begin sprinting through rooms. So this actually was pretty soon after.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we only had 2 turns, and then so that's 12 seconds, and then you kicked open 2 doors and walked in.
Kicked a baby.
That's all right, because I plan to do the smartest thing possible. And I'm going to use my divine favor as a bit of spell energy for my next spell, where I'm going to say, right team, stand together! And I hold up my shield and I'm going to cast Bless on Fujin, Fritz, and Bill. And stand up.
All right.
And push the shield towards the ghost and give it a bit of a...
Couple of things. I'm going to give you 4 rounds left of your divine bullshit. And then talk to me about Bless. How does that work in the new rules?
Very similar to the old one. Adds D4 with attack rolls or saving throws.
And how long does that last?
1 minute. But it is concentration. The other one wasn't.
Okay, so concentration on that Bless. Everyone gets add a D4 to the above checks. And I believe that's the end of your turn, Tane.
Yeah, and I just say, come on, William, get out from behind your desk.
I don't know what you expect me to do in this situation.
Get out
here with us.
I was looking after the deed.
Adventuring is not for commoners.
And I'm just holding the shield up towards the ghost.
Very good. Okay, moving on to the next person. You have played this well, but you have snookered yourself a little bit, because with the position that everyone's in at the moment, unfortunately, I don't think Thana has enough movement speed in order to be able to get into the room. So you tell me, what does Thana do?
I believe Thana would move to the door and start scolding us. It's been why won't you get out of the way? Are you an idiot?
Yes, that's exactly what she would say. Very good. All right, so she's going to take 10 feet of movement, moving to just behind Bright Eyes, who is still barking and growling. You're on mute, Jem.
Sorry, I was eating. Could she command Bright Eyes because she has an ongoing relationship with him?
I will allow the rest of the party to command Bright Eyes with disadvantage.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you say animal handling?
Animal handling,
yes,
with disadvantage, and you have to tell me what she's trying to command Bright Eyes to do.
Jem, did you want to do the roll at disadvantage with a +3 for Thana?
Yeah.
And I think we should decide what she says by what your roll is.
Yep, so I'm going to do an animal handling roll. Has she got +3, does she?
You're +3.
Alright. So that is me. She gets 4 less than me, so 24. 18. I think she gets 18.
All right. Was that with disadvantage?
No.
No? Roll again?
Okay. Yep.
My God. How am I gonna kill any of you? Keep rolling like this. Okay, that's a success.
Okay.
I would like to know, just in the future, if you are going to command Bright Eyes, I'd like to know what you're going to command them to do before you do the rolling.
Yes.
So, Mod, what's...
It's up to Thana. Yeah.
Yeah. What does Thana
Yeah, well,
say?
yeah, it's a bit tricky because she's not here. But I think Thana would be saying, well, go on, kill the ghost. Kill the bad guy. Come on.
So we're giving it the attack action, and Bright Eyes will comply with that command to the best of his ability when it comes to his turn. All right. That is the end of round 1, which brings us to the top of round 2 in this exciting, thrilling combat. Can't believe we are throwing our biggest undead fighters action to order a dog to bite. Yes. No.
One correction. She probably wouldn't have said kill. She would have said, well, technically it's not killing. It's laying him to rest. And goes on and starts explaining the Bright Eyes.
Yeah, so her next 3 actions are going to be explaining how you can't kill undead. You just have to put them to rest and so they can move on.
I'd like to take the soliloquy action.
All right. Top of round 2. Couple things are going to happen. First of all, it is now my creature's turn. And it is going to press its advantage. And it's going to attack one of you. And I'd say, Fujin, you're the one who kicked the baby's cot. You're the one who punched it. Doesn't like you very much right now. Not a fan. It's going to make an attack against you this time. Even though I know tactically that might not be the best. Yes?
Interception.
Okay.
You need to be within 5 feet of me, I think, don't you?
No, damn it.
That is, I think it's, yes, you have to be within 5 feet of the person that it's attacking.
Oh, god damn it.
Oh, all
but
right.
it does still have disadvantage because I'm dodging, in case that helps.
Yeah, I feel a couple of natural 20s coming on. Let's roll that with disadvantage. Couple natural 20s, here we go. Natural 2 and natural 7, not a 20. So unfortunately that is a miss. That is the creature's action. Now it is going to do something very, very risky here, and it is going to move. And it is going to start to take a step back into the mirror. Now, those people who are within 5 feet can take an attack of opportunity if you wish to do so.
Bruh.
Okay.
Gonna swipe the hell out of this thing.
How do I take an attack of opportunity?
You just make an attack, but it does cost your reaction.
Yeah, so just a normal attack with the weapon in your main hands.
Okay. Short sword. Do I have to roll to hit, or do I just hit it?
You have to roll to hit, yes. Just a like a normal attack.
That's a nat 1 for me, my friends.
17.
17. A natural 1 from Tane Nui. Arguably the most important person to make an attack here. Unfortunately, he missed. What did we get for you, Christian?
22 plus 2 from flanking, 24 to hit.
That's a miss. No. All right, so we got a hit from Fujin and we got a hit from Fritz.
Mm-hmm.
Mine is going to proc sneak attack because it's once per turn, not once per round, and this is the creature's turn. So as it turns away, I'm going to
No.
neck.
No. Hold on. Once per turn means it resets on your turn.
No, once per turn means it's on each turn. Otherwise, it would say round.
I agree.
It's the same as reckless attack.
I've built many builds around this.
I don't like that at all. I'm gonna dig into that a little bit. I'm gonna allow it this time. I'm gonna dig into that a little bit. I don't like that. Anyway. I think that's terrible.
3 plus 4, 7 points of damage.
So we got 7 from Fuge.
And 3.
Oh, actually, I am going to... I forgot to do it last time. Fuck. But I think I got good rolls anyway. I'm going to re-roll one of the D6 with Savage Attacker. My feat. Lovely. Much better. Adds another 3 onto that, so 7 goes up to 10 points of damage.
So 10 and a 3. Okay. Very, very good. Both of you feel those hits connect. Tane, unfortunately,
with everything that is happening right now, with both of those other attacks like attacking at the same time, you're unable to arc your longsword over the top of your shield, and you miss. The creature has disappeared into the mirror itself, and is gone from view, apparently. What would you like to do?
We obviously all hit the ghost equally.
Are we still in combat, or is it out of combat?
Yeah, we're staying in combat order here. Fujin, what do you want to do?
What would Fujin do?
The mirror.
Well, I'm thinking, no, not wanting to metagame. Look, what I will do is, in anger that it has disappeared, I'm going to attempt to sort of grab the mirror with one hand, grab the bookshelf with the other, and like push to the side to see if, like where did it go? And I'm going to try to do that to move both objects.
All right, so grabbing the wardrobe with one hand, the mirror with the other hand. Yeah, I will say you probably need to move to that square just in front of the mirror there. And
I'm not sure what's going to move and what's not going to, but that's what I'm going to try to do.
I will get a athletics check from you.
No problemo. Natural 1.
Things are coming up Millhouse of me. All right, so unfortunately, you just can't really get your fingers in behind the mirror. You do realize that the mirror is like affixed to the wall itself, like it's almost like inlaid in the wall. And with we never talked about like adding any penalties to natural ones or anything like that, so I'm not gonna do that now until we've spoken about it, but I think for the time being, yeah, you're just unable to move anything.
Okay. In frustration, I'm gonna raise my hand and elbow the mirror with a unarmed strike with my bonus action.
All right, making an unarmed strike against the mirror. I don't think I need to get you to roll to hit this thing. It's a mirror. It's not going anywhere. You slam your elbow into it. You do 6 points of damage. Boom. What I will say is I'll get you to roll a dexterity save.
Just in case the mirror has a lot of hit points, I'm going to savage attack her as I only rolled a 2 on the d6. I rolled a 2 again. Doesn't matter. Sorry, continue. I was just seeing if I could get high damage.
All right, I will get you to roll a dex save.
Yeah, 100%. My bread and butter, actually.
I thought that might be the case.
23.
So...
He flies.
Really staying in character here, attacking another inanimate object. You, boom, downward elbow this mirror, and it smashes. You're able to do it like quickly enough that you don't cut open your arm in the process, but you hear the shattering of glass as these shards of age-old dusty mirror fall to the ground and shatter across the floor. I am going to say the spot that you're now standing in, Fujin, will become difficult terrain. You can walk over it as normal if you wish to do so, but you will have to roll I'm going to say acrobatics check to stop yourself from cutting open your feet. Unless you're wearing heavy armor. If you're wearing heavy armor, I'm going to say that you don't have to worry about that. So I will quickly just draw a little rectangle
no armor
of blue. Yeah, so for you it might be a bit of a problem. So there.
With the Die Hard going on.
Okay. Bonus action. Would you like to move out of that spot?
Do I see anything?
You see the wall behind the mirror.
Oh, that's gay. Okay, I am going to, in that case then, I've seen how this thing hurts. I don't want to be hurt like that. So I'm going to leap back again, and get beside Fritz, who I've already sort of worked out we can tag team a little bit, so I want to get the bonus of that interception if possible, and just put some distance between me and the wall, and that's going to be my turn.
All right, staying in combat order. Fritz, you see Fujin once again taking it out on inanimate objects, smashes a mirror, gets bad luck. What do you do?
I don't know. My instinct is to go out onto the landing, but I have a feeling because you've got us in order, that might be a mistake. So, what can I do? Fritz would be at the moment tired, grumpy, sore. Like he's been healed, but he's sore. He'd probably want to get to Bright Eyes. So he might use his action to try and command Bright Eyes to come next to him. Yep.
Okay. Yep. All right. That'll override the previous commands, but the target is gone anyway. So yes, you can roll a animal handling check, and it'll just be a DC 10 on that one.
Yep. Can I sort of say to him, listen to me for the next 10 minutes?
I mean, yeah, you can say that to him, and then you can use an action to command him.
Oh, God. All right. What did I get? I can't see.
A 12, so that is going to be a success. Bright Eyes will move to you on his turn. That is your action.
My bonus actions. I don't think there's much we can do at the moment, is there?
No, not unless you have something that is pertinent to this situation, but I don't think you probably do.
Can I have a long rest?
Yeah, you can just lie down and spend 8 hours sleeping in this haunted room.
He can sleep anywhere. He's a 22-year-old dude.
Yeah, I don't doubt it.
There's a bed there. There's a bed.
There is.
Maybe he's gonna just lay his head on the bed and be like, "This is fucked." Like he's not gonna move because he's really tall. He doesn't have to lay anywhere. And can I move Bright Eyes, or do we have to wait for Bright Eyes' turn?
We have to wait for Bright Eyes' turn for him to do his movement. That does bring us
Fritz
to
is just a grumpy 22-year-old laying on the bed, half like, ugh, fuck this.
Bill. Want to run the numbers on that one?
To move 5, 10, 15, 20. Is this a broom that I see just here?
A broom?
Yeah.
Oh, tag that on that. No, that's more like a it's like a little chimney sweep thing. Thank you. Yes, like a little brush that you can stick up into the chimney and get rid of the soot and whatnot. It's yeah.
So I'd like to take the blankets off the bed and cover the glassed area. And then start to try and and then get it from the corner and then push all of the blankets up to try and free some space.
Yeah, okay, I dig it. All right. I'm not going to need a roll for that. You're not currently threatened or anything like that, so I'd say you can grab the blankets, chuck it over the top of the glass, and we'll go ahead and remove that drawing there. What is it? Erase.
I am going to...
That.
I'd like to actually use my reaction for this, if possible, DM. I'd like to consume my reaction to...
Attack Bill?
No, say something to Bill. Okay. But I want it to have a bit of meaning.
Yeah.
Because I know, obviously, 6 seconds of talking. That's why I'm wanting to consume that resource, if that's possible. Did your parents teach you nothing? Why are you adventuring?
I didn't mean to be adventuring. They tried to teach me lots of things, but none of it stuck. I was not born for this. I was born for numbers.
I'll leave it with that.
I don't need your reaction for that. I like to have a little bit of role play during combat. I encourage it. I'm not going to punish you. If that's the end of your turn, Bill, then we move on to Bright Eyes. Bright Eyes is going to move. I'm going to say he's going to go 10, 20, 10, 15, 20 feet into the corner. Would you like him in the corner? Yeah, I'm going to say he's going to move over there.
Can he go to bed? Could Fujin jump over him if you needed to without causing trouble?
Just same as before. Unless he wants to roll an acrobatics check, he can. If he wants to do that, he can like jump and tumble over the top of Bright Eyes. Otherwise, it's just 10 feet to move through him, as per difficult terrain rules. But do you want Bright Eyes there to the east of you?
I'm fine. You putting Bright Eyes wherever.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Put him there.
All right. We'll put Bright Eyes
In the bed, and he's standing there all menacing.
in the fireplace. No. Okay. Tane, you are up.
All right. Well, looks like that ghost is left. I look at Fujin. I look at Bill. And I just, yeah, your parents don't strike me as cruel.
Are you saying that to Bill, or are you saying
That's
that to
Bill,
Fujin?
sorry, yeah.
Oh. No, they weren't cruel.
William, your parents don't strike me as cruel. You realize
They
they
were.
sent me here to work with.
Do what exactly?
To write our story. And then I just turn and start looking around the room.
Okay. All right. Did you want to roll a perception check or anything like that? That's your action?
Yeah, I would love to roll a perception check.
Yeah, okay. Let's roll a perception check.
DM, I truthfully would prefer to roll an insight check, because while I am turning to look around the room, I am kind of like glancing to see if any of my words sort of struck a chord with William.
I don't need an insight check for that. I think that would be unfair. I will just allow William. How does William react to his words?
He's very confused about this. Doesn't know, because he doesn't know that you came from his parents at all. So that side of it's news. And then the other part is like, what kind of story about the fighter and the accountant? Who's going to read that nonsense? But yeah, he's confused on many levels. Don't know what would have to show.
No, that's right.
So, can I?
WIP, work in progress.
Did you want to get that perception check, or you okay with not?
Yeah, no, I'll take a perception check.
May as well.
Well, it'd be the same number, so 17, but I'll re-roll if you want.
No, that's fine. If it's the same number, it's the same number. Unless you want to go with that one. No, it's 17. You notice a couple of things when you move into the room. You're having a little bit of a look around now. It's pretty brightly lit with the torch lying on the ground, which might become a problem if no one does anything about it. You notice, first of all, the frame of that mirror. You notice that some of the berries, and I describe this like the frame of the mirror is very like intricate in its design, like these leaves and vines sort of all wrapped together and like little bunches of berries, almost like grapes. You start to notice that some of the little berries are actually little eyes, and you can't get this feeling out of your head like they're looking at you. And in that flickering torchlight, you start to notice that one of these little eyeballs actually has like a groove around it, almost like it's like a button of some sort.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna say, well, with a bit of a knowing grin, the eyes have it, I think, and I'm gonna press the eye.
All right.
No one knows what I'm talking about, by the way, but I feel like it's a really good catchphrase.
With a gauntleted thumb, you press the indentation, click, and Fujin, your suspicions are correct. as you push in that button, the mirror and the wall that it's attached to just slide open just a touch. And you notice something else with that perception check. Yes.
I didn't have suspicions. I was angry. That's why I hit the mirror.
Okay, well, Christian, your suspicions were correct. Not Fujin. Thank you. And you actually hear something else as well. You hear Thana. And you hear like something getting knocked over in the hallway from where you guys just came through. As the broom in the closet begins to come to life and is going to fly across the closet and it's going to attack Thana right after this break.
Welcome to spooky pumpkin scary time. Ooh. We're going to continue reading Dracula this week. Last week we got to the point where Dracula had just walked in and found Jonathan with the 3 brides of Dracula, and he wasn't happy, so we'll continue from there. How dare you touch him, any of you? How dare you cast your eyes on him when I made it forbidden? Back, I tell you, this man belongs to me. Beware how you meddle with him, or you'll have to deal with me. The fair girl, with a laugh of ribald coquetry, turned to answer him. You yourself never loved. You never love. On this the other women joined, and such a mirthless, hard, soulless laugh rang through the room that it almost made me faint to hear. It seemed like the pleasure of fiends. Then the Count turned, and looking at my face attentively, said in a soft whisper, Yes, I too can love. You yourselves can tell it from the past, is it not so? Well, now I promise you that when I am done with him, you shall kiss him at your will. Now go, go, I must awaken him, for there is work to be done. Now, just a warning, this bit does involve a child being hurt, which I don't like, but it's part of the book. Are we to have nothing tonight? Said one of them, with a low laugh, as she pointed to the bag which he had thrown upon the floor, which moved as though there were some living thing within it. For answer, he nodded his head. One of the women jumped forward and opened it. If my ears did not deceive me, there was a gasp and a low wail, as of a half-smothered child. The women closed round, whilst I was aghast with horror, but as I looked on they disappeared, and with them the dreadful bag. There was no door near them, and they could not have passed me without my noticing. They simply seemed to fade into the rays of moonlight, and pass out through the window, for I could see outside the dim, shadowy forms for a moment before they entirely faded away. Then the horror overcame me, and I sank into unconsciousness. Fair enough, Jonathan, fair. I'm going to skip a bit now, but in the next bit, basically the Count asks Jonathan to write 3 letters assuring his friends and family that he has been delayed, but he is still coming back, and of course this doesn't really help Jonathan's feeling of security with where he is. There's a bit in the book where he thinks because of the letters he's been asked to put on the dates that he's worked out how long he's going to live for. The first letter should be June the 12th, the second should be June the 19th, and the third June the 29th. So he says that now I know the span of my life, God help me. Next up, he's looking at chances to escape. There's a group of people who've come who are helping Dracula get ready to leave the castle. So he thinks this might be his chance. He's written his letters, and he is now going to try and formulate an escape. Jonathan woke up, and now he's found that all his things are gone. Every scrap of paper, all his notes, his memoranda relating to railways and travel, his letter of credit, in fact, all that might be useful to me once I were outside the castle. He sat and pondered, and then some thought occurred to me, and he made search of his portmanteau and in the wardrobe where he placed his clothes. The suit in which he travelled has gone, also his overcoat and rug. He couldn't find a trace of them anywhere, and this looks like some new scheme of villainy. A few nights later, he looks out his window and he sees the Count coming out of his window again, the Count's window, He watched and he saw the man emerge, and then he saw that he was wearing the suit of clothes which he'd worn while travelling there, and he had slung over his shoulder the terrible bag which he'd seen the women take away. So he knows what he's going to do, and again he's like, this is a new scheme of evil, that he will allow the others to see him as they think, so that he may leave both evidence that I've been seen in towns or villages posting his own letters, and that any wickedness which he may do shall by the local people be attributed to him. So pretty sketchy. Now he decided to wait for the Count to return, and some moonbeams are materialising into the brides of Dracula, which isn't terrifying at all. So he runs back to his room. He waits a couple of hours and he heard something stirring in the Count's room, something like a sharp, quick wail suppressed, and then there was silence, deep, awful silence, which chilled him. With a beating heart, he tried the door, but he was locked in his prison and could do nothing. He sat down and cried. As he sat, he heard a sound in the courtyard without, the agonised cry of a woman. I rushed to the window and, throwing it open, peered out between the bars. There indeed was a woman with dishevelled hair, holding her hands over her heart as one distressed with running. She was leaning against a corner of the gateway. When she saw his face at the window, she threw herself forward and shouted in a voice laden with menace, "Monster, give me my child." She threw herself on her knees and, raising up her hands, cried the same words in tones which wrung his heart. Then she tore her hair and beat her breast and abandoned herself to all the violences of extravagant emotion. Finally, she threw herself forward, and though I could not see her, I could hear the beating of her naked hands against the door. Somewhere high overhead, probably on the tower, I heard the voice of the Count calling in a harsh metallic whisper. His call seemed to be answered from far and wide by the howling of wolves. Before many minutes had passed, a pack of them poured, like a pent-up dam when liberated, through the wide entrance into the courtyard. There was no cry from the woman, and the howling of the wolves was but short. Before long they streamed away, singly licking their lips. I could not pity her, for I knew now what had become of her child, and she was better dead. What shall I do? What can I do? How can I escape from this dreadful thing of night and gloom and fear? No man knows till he has suffered from the night how sweet and how dear to his heart and eye the morning can be. I like that quote. When the sun grew so high this morning that it had struck the top of the great gateway opposite my window, the high spot which it touched seemed to me as if the dove from the ark had lightened there. My fear fell from me as if it had been a vaporous garment which had dissolved in the warmth. I must take action of some sort whilst the courage of the day is upon me. Last night, one of my post-dated letter went to post, the first of that fatal series which is to blot out the very traces of my existence from the earth. That's a nice passage there. Let me not think of it. Action. It has always been night that I have been molested or threatened or in some way in danger or in fear. I have not yet seen the Count in the daylight. Can it be that he sleeps when others wake? That he may be awake whilst they sleep? If I could only get into his room, there is no possible way. The door is always locked, no way for me. Yes, there is a way, if one dares to take it. Where his body has gone, why may not another body go? I have seen him myself crawl from his window. Why should I not imitate him and go in by his window? The chances are desperate, but my need is more desperate still. So Jonathan's made it to the Count's room with not too much difficulty, actually. When he got there, he discovered that the room was actually empty. It was barely furnished with odd things. The furniture was pretty similar to the style in the south rooms. He looked for a key, but it was not in a lock. He also found a great heap of gold in one corner, gold of all kinds. So there was Roman and British, Austrian and Hungarian, and Greek and Turkish money, covered with a film of dust, as though it had long laid on the ground. None of it was less than 300 years old. There were also chains and ornaments, some jewelled, but all of them old and stained. So at one corner of the room was a heavy door. He tried it, but since he could not find the key of the room or the key of the outer door, which were the main object of his search, he had to make further examination. He follows a stone passage to a circular stairway and he went down. He descended carefully, for the stairs were dark, being lit only by loopholes in heavy masonry. At the bottom there was a dark tunnel-like passage through which came a deathly, sickly odour, the odour of old earth newly turned. As he went through the passage, the smell grew closer and heavier. At last he pulled open a heavy door which stood ajar and found himself in an old ruined chapel which had evidently been used as a graveyard. The roof was broken and in two places the steps leading to the vaults, but the ground had recently been dug over and the earth placed in great wooden boxes. There was nobody about and he made search for a further outlet. There was none. He went down into the vaults where the dim light struggled, although it was so with a dread to his very soul, and into two of these he went, but he saw nothing except fragments of old coffin boxes, piles of dust. In the third, he made a discovery. There, in one of the boxes, lay the Count.
And we're back. Thanks for sticking with us, everybody. I promised you a character death early on in this campaign, and by Jiminy Cricket, I'm gonna give it to you. Is that a saying, by Jiminy Cricket, or did I just make that up?
It should be.
It should be. I could not agree with you more, to be absolutely honest with you.
Let's avoid killing Grace's character while she's not here, though, if we can.
No, I'm not making any promises. I said in the Discord, I'd feel bad if I killed her character while she was away, but I think I'll get over it eventually.
All right. Okay.
So let's get on to killing a character, shall we? Because this broom suddenly animates. The bucket in which it was standing clatters down to the floor. It bobs and weaves in a very chaotic movement and moves over towards Thana and makes an attack. It swings down its extra long handle, trying to hit her in the face with its extra bristle count. And it's going to make an attack against her with a not a very high roll here. You tell me if this hits, Mod. 12. That is a hit.
12 is her armor class.
That is her armor class. So this broom hits her. I'm going to go ahead and call this one the Wonder Broom.
I'm just about to share it in the chat.
Please do. For 4 points of damage. It really cracks her on the head. You hear Thana call out. I'll do that. Bringing down her hit points to... Oh, I can't change it, can I? All right, let me just write that down. She takes 5 points of damage. And I'll have to see why I can't change that later. And it is Thana's turn. Thana, you just got hit in the head with a broom. What do you do? Mod, what do you do?
Oh, yes. Well, I was waiting for the team to put input in, but I believe
I can fly. I believe
Thana, are we
I
playing
can
her as a team or are you
touch
playing
the
it?
sky. I think about it every night and day. Grab this
Are we playing her as a team or are you
broom and
playing her?
fly
Well,
away.
I'll let Sven finish.
Okay, go.
All right. I believe at first we did say, but I'll just play her. No problem. All right. I think Thana is going to take the no, I don't do cleaning and disengage, and is going to move back because she did say she was a ranged fighter. Move back into the room down here.
All right, action disengage. Moving into the room. Now, where is she moving to?
Just down, sort of in here, and then maybe actually, yeah, maybe straight past Fritz.
5, 10, 20.
I feel like she would have gone to Fritz and been like, there's a broom. There's a broom in there.
All right, moving.
It'd be like, what? How's a broom? A broom?
It's flying.
What? Fujin, there's a broom.
More things that need to die. First statues, then wolves, now furniture.
All right, so Thana moving 20 feet, 25 feet or whatever it was to the south, pushing past Fritz as she goes along. She moves into the corner of the room. Just a little bit of a recap here. We have everyone now in the bedroom to the south, sort of in a square formation, with Tane just to the north and Bill just to the east, still on the bed. None of you can actually see this broom. All you may have been able to see, Fritz, maybe Tane, Bright Eyes, Fujin, is just like the handle of this broom just bonk and hit Thana on the head. And then she moved into the room. What do you do? Whoever's turn it is. Fujin.
The ghost went in there. They said there's a broom out there. There's quite a few people. So he's just going to see what he can see maybe past Tane, and is just going to 5'10" into Bright Eyes Square. 15 seems to be like a staircase leading somewhere. Is the staircase, actually, this might be important, is the staircase going up or down?
That's the staircase in the hidden room that you see there. Yes. That was definitely hidden the entire time, and you didn't know it was there. It's going up. Yes, it's going up. And now that you think about it as well, the stairs in that main hallway actually ended on that landing, on that balcony, and didn't continue up any further. So maybe this is the way up into the attic.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay. 15, 20, 25. Broom just there.
You now see a broom hovering in the middle of the room.
I want a word, the adversary. I'm going to try to snap it in half with a elbow shot.
Are you going to attack it soon?
Go for, actually, scimitar strike. I'm going to try to slice through the wood. First one's going to come in for a 23 to hit.
23 to hit, yes, is high. Wait, why do I have that open? That's not what I want.
Stop rolling so high. You're making my bless feel like it's not doing anything.
Don't forget you are blessed.
I meant to roll it, sorry.
Yeah, 23
roll
to
it,
hit.
damn it.
Is going to be a hit. You do notice that this thing is really, really difficult to hit because it's like bobbing and weaving and going up and down in a very, very chaotic and almost clumsy movement. It like knocks down some wicker baskets and they go clattering down to the floor as you try and hit it. But you do manage to get a juicy hit. And
I don't have an ally within 5 feet, so it's no sneak attack, but max on the dice. So that first scimitar is 10 points of slashing damage.
Mm-hmm.
Dang.
10 points of slash damn is pretty good. It's a pretty good hit. It's not dead yet. Well, it's not broken yet. I don't know what
we're
this
going to go
is.
for the back slice as I carve down through the wood. I'm then going to try to carve across through the bristles for the nick of my scimitar weapon specialty. So no modifier added onto the damage. But to hit first, another 23. I'm sorry, Mod. And then this attack minused by 4. A 1 on the dice. I'm going to savage attack of that and re-roll the d6 for a 5 instead. Oh, lovely. 5 damage across the bristles.
And you killed my broom.
Excellent.
Wonder broom be gone.
It's not so wonderful anymore.
Ghost, nowhere to be seen. I still have my bonus action. Is there any other cleaning equipment in the room, in the cupboard?
Are there any other inanimate objects that Fujin can just destroy?
If there isn't, can we just add one?
Yeah. Is there a bucket maybe? Or
There's a bottle of Ajax spray and wipe. No, I mean there's a bunch of other objects in this room. Nothing sort of jumping out at you at the moment. Mostly just like moth-eaten towels. It's like covered in cobwebs. There are some wicker baskets with some.
Okay, perfect. I'm going to
linens
punch
in
a
it.
wicker basket with my bonus action and just fist through it.
All right, fisting a basket, you just your hand just goes straight through it
to do that.
And as your fist passes through this wicker basket, your nostrils are immediately assaulted with the smell of just like mildewy rot and decay. It doesn't attack you or come to life.
A natural 20 on the wicker basket as well, just for canonical sake. I demolished that basket.
It's completely destroyed.
And because it's Baldur's Gate, 2 gold falls out.
And that'll be my turn.
I'm going to say we can come back out of initiative order if you guys want to do so. We can go back to exploration at this point, unless anyone wants to rush up and see what's going on upstairs.
That's basically what Tane was about to do.
Me too.
Just because he's like, there was someone upstairs. We need to protect him from the ghost.
I'll step back into the hallway. The broom is down. I don't see the ghost here.
Fritz, before we leave, though, wants to go do a perception check in the baby room.
Okay. Fritz, as they're arguing about brooms and whatnot, I imagine you're going to pick up your torch.
No, I learnt.
Are you going to put it out, at least?
If Fritz doesn't, I will hold the torch.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to be like, Bill, grab this. Because I'm a two weapon wielder, so
yeah. Handing the torch.
I'm a no weapon wielder.
To Bill. Bill, I'm going to put the torch on you. Let's go ahead. Go preset. We'll go torch. There you go. Did you take a torch out of your inventory last week, Jammer?
I didn't know I had to.
Yeah, let's take that one out. I'm just going to track torches just because I really want to make, I really want to slow this game down to an absolute crawl. We can do it later, but all right.
10, so I think I'll be okay.
Yeah, you never know. You are a human after all. I will say you can roll a perception check in the room if you wish to do so.
Yeah, because the creepy baby creeped Fritz out. Oh, yeah, that's an 8. Oh, no, that's a 6.
6.
Yeah.
Having a look around this room, you don't notice anything else out of the ordinary. You see that little pile of, wrapped black blankets, sort of just like lying on the ground. There's nothing else in this room that is unordinary to you. There's a lantern on the northern wall, but yeah.
Fritz had a history of being a child that didn't have a place and wasn't very safe, so he just looks around the room and says, "I'm sorry," and walks out with his head pretty low, because something quite bad happened there, clearly. And then, I think he's going to want to start walking towards the stairs.
All right. Walking towards the stairs. Fujin, what are you doing?
I'm going to growl at everyone. We need to stay together. Thana, with me for a second. I quickly want to finish this floor before we all head upstairs.
And I'm hoping that Thana sort of follows in tow. I'm going to start heading north through the hallways.
All right. Yeah, sure.
You should stick together. Quick, split the party.
Yeah, no, she'll go with you. I think that that makes sense.
Are we leaving initiative order?
Yeah, we're out of initiative order. Yeah, you can just.
I'm gonna go with the crew. Can someone move Bright Eyes? I've lost him. Hang on, where is he? Come on, mate.
If everyone's moving up, I'll stay in the landing up here.
Yeah.
You stay by Thana, and I'm gonna run upstairs.
All right, I'm just going to put the pause.
Oh, you're going upstairs.
On there. All right.
Are you upstairs? Mod.
Yeah, I assumed that Iron Dancer was going to go with you.
Oh, no, I thought everyone was going into this area here, so that's why I was only going to hang in the landing. I wasn't going to go move anywhere.
Yeah. No,
so what I said before when you were going to check out the baby room is Thana's running upstairs. Tana is running upstairs to protect whoever's upstairs from the ghost.
Okay.
And he's like, William, stay with Thana.
Oh, I was going to say I'll recon and come with you, but nope. Okay, I'll stay. Yep, I'll listen.
All right. So, Bill, you're moving into the room towards the north, on the balcony overlooking that. Fritz, you move in there. Bright Eyes follows you.
Fritz would have followed Tane.
He would have followed Tane?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. To be very clear, I'm going to say Bright Eyes is going to go with you.
This program at the moment. Yeah.
Fujin, what are you doing?
I've stormed to the north, hoping Thana's following me, and I'm going to open the door that I can see that we hadn't explored yet.
All right. Yeah, I will say Thana will be right up behind you. Bill, where would you be in this behind Thana?
No, I'd be middle of the landing, and basically, because we have split the party there, I would be waiting to kind of hear where, like, whatever noise comes first out of the two that sounds like it's going to pique my attention.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm trying to stay away from everything, but I also don't want to be left alone with everything. So,
yeah. Okay.
I want to be near anything that I can run to when I need to.
All right. Fujin, let's go to you first. You see this quite elaborately carved door. It has a stained glass window, just sort of like a semicircle with that same image of a stylized golden windmill on a field of red. You open up that door, it's unlocked, and you see burgundy drapes that are covering up a pair of windows to the north, sort of limiting us the light that's coming in. You can see that this room appears to be some kind of master bedroom, and it's furnished with like a massive 4-poster bed with tattered gossamer veils that hang limply from its posts. There's a matching set of wardrobes against the northeastern wall, and a vanity with a wood-framed mirror, jewelry box, and padded chair is set in the southeastern corner. A rotting tiger skin rug lies on the floor in front of the fireplace that features a dust-covered portrait of a man and a woman hanging above it. A web-filled parlour in the southwestern corner contains a table and 2 chairs. Resting on the dusty tablecloth is an empty porcelain bowl and a matching jug. As he's opening that room, Tane, you step...
I'm very hopeful that it's PvP.
Who's watching Twitch?
I'm trying to watch it so I can see what everyone's doing. I can't see.
You're getting FOMO.
No, you should not be able to see what the other people are seeing. That's an intentional feature of this. That's why I've set the vision the way that I've set it, so that you don't know what's happening with someone else.
Rude. Everyone at home can see and I can't.
Yeah, that's right.
Yep.
The people at home can see what's going on, but like that's why I do this. It's to instill this sense of like not knowing what's happening with the other people. You don't have all of the information. Right. So, Tane, what are you doing?
Well, before we go up, I just want to, like, obviously Tane, as soon as that door opened, and he saw the stairs, Tane is running upstairs to protect people.
All
right. Fritz, you're definitely allowed along for the ride, but if you think you would have gone with Thana and that, don't feel that you need to follow Tane.
You went on your own. He would have gone. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fritz.
That's right, yeah, I was just saying, if you were doing that to protect me as a player, that is not a thing you need to do. Like that's.
No.
Yeah.
And I would probably follow Fujin, but Fritz would be like, "You're on your own. I'm coming." Yeah.
Yes. All good.
Serving me very well.
That's right.
Like,
I was just saying, like, if I run up here, I was saying, like, if I run up here and died instantly,
that
would be something that I would find amusing. That wouldn't bother me. So never feel you have to do that. So yeah, but I appreciate it. So yes, Running upstairs. Let's go, Sven.
Running
I just want to make
upstairs.
sure it comes into the ride.
Fritz, you see Tane pull open this secret door. It is pitch blackness in there. You do not have the torch anymore. You see Tane step into this pitch black hallway. Tane, with your dark vision, you can see this, and I always picture this like one of those night vision security camera sort of footage, or maybe even if you can like think of Silence of the Lambs, the very end of that movie, spoiler alert, where she's walking around with the night vision. So you can see, but it's very limited in its detail. It's like black and white. As you step into this hallway, it's like choked with cobwebs, dust. You can like smell the staleness of the air. Yes, Gemma, what would you like to say?
Oh, this is for when you're finished.
No, go ahead.
Yeah. Oh, I was going to say, because me and Bright Eyes are sort of able to communicate to a certain degree, he has night vision.
Mm-hmm.
Can he be communicating to me what he sees?
Do wolves have dark vision? I don't think they do.
I'd assume so. Let me have a look.
No, it's like a feline thing.
Dark vision, 60 feet.
Yeah.
They do?
Yes.
Yeah, I thought so. I may have thought about this before the campaign.
Yes, so he does have dark vision.
But it's how much we can communicate, you know, because it's been, how long's it been since I last did the ritual? It's probably been 8 minutes or something of fighting.
You definitely did the ritual a little while ago here. I'm going to say it's 10 minutes, right, for Speak with Animals, if I'm not mistaken.
I think so. You have a look.
I think it's a couple hours.
10 minutes, yeah.
10 minutes. So 10 minutes for Speak with Animals. I'm going to say that's gone at this point. So if you wanted to cast that again, you could use a spell slot to do so, or you can spend another 10 minutes casting the spell, but Tane's going.
Okay, now I'm going to follow him.
All right, stepping into the darkness. You can still navigate, albeit slowly, carefully. Let's go back to Fujin and Thana. Fujin, what would you like to do?
Sorry, it was a lot of things described. Could you re-give me a little bit of the room to the southeast? I know there's the rug and the windmill picture.
Mm-hmm. It has a massive four-poster bed in the middle of the room. There's a matching set of wardrobes against the northeastern wall. There is a vanity with a wood-framed mirror, a jewelry box, and a padded chair that's in the southeastern corner, right by the door, basically, where you came through. There's a rotting tiger skin rug on the floor in front of a fireplace that features a dust-covered portrait of a man and a woman hanging above it. There is a webbed-filled parlor that you can only just barely see with that little bit of light that you're getting from the dancing lights in the southeastern corner of the room, and you can see a door just opposite the bed in the southern wall. That is what you see.
Okay. Sort of just breaching, clearing, so I'm not going to worry too much about the jewelry box. Obviously, Iron Dancer or Thana can keep an eye out for that. And instead, I'm going to start making my way towards that door to the east. And on my way, I'm going to back elbow with my right hand the window as I walk past it, just in case there's more hidden shit. This house has had enough of it. I'm sort of just learning to expect it at this point.
So you're smashing that stained glass window that's set into the door?
Yes.
All right. Boom. You smash that. You step into the room, keeping in mind that these lights are only dim light. I will say Thana can move a couple more of them into the room because I do need to stay within 20 feet of each other. So I'm going to move those dancing lights in there to give you a little bit of an eerie green glow about the room.
Oh, I need to reconnect my player's vision there so people at home can see this as well. All right, so you're making your way over towards that. It is a wood-framed mirror, and it's sort of set into a door. You're opening up the door, I imagine.
Was there anything behind the mirror as I walked past and smashed it in?
Well, it was... Oh, so were you smashing the window in the door? The stained glass window in the door, or were you smashing the mirror?
The mirror. I'm smashing the mirror as I walk towards the door.
Yeah, so the mirror is sort of set into this door. It's sort of like hung on the door, essentially, so you can smash the mirror.
There's two doors, one south, one east.
There's a mirror. There's a door towards the east, yes. And there is a mirror on the door right next to where you are at the moment.
Well, I'll flip it open then. I didn't realize. I thought it was just a mirror hanging there and just the one door. I'll open this door, quickly having a look in as I want to go to the other one as well. Is there anything important that I see? This little cupboard.
It's basically just a dust-choked, web-filled, empty. What's the right word? Closet.
Moving. Open this one.
Opening that. Okay. Opens up to a balcony outside.
Balcony. Okay. No, that's fine. I'll leave both doors open. I don't have a reason to close them. Make my way back towards Thana at the doorway. I will, for a brief second, stop at the door and just study the surroundings of that picture with the windmill. I've seen it multiple times now. We know that at least from what our accountant told us, that we've got the deeds to the house and the deeds to the windmill. I'm wondering why it's so important, and just want to see if I want to try to either remember it for later or see if I recognize it, but just less the windmill and more its surroundings in this painting.
Okay. Roll. Well, the painting is of a man and a woman. The windmill is sort of this stained glass window that's set into the door that leads into the main room.
Okay.
So again,
same thing with the stained glass. Is there any?
Yeah, roll a perception check.
Designs around it. Obviously, like stained glass, there might be some sort of like artistic description of if it's like mountainy areas or whatnot.
Yeah, absolutely.
That is a 16.
A 16 on the perception check.
Got a good perception check. Yay!
Yeah, for once, yeah. Finally. Yes. I can tell you this picture of a windmill, and it's very, artistic. It's a stained glass window. It's not like a painting where there's a vast amount of intricate detail, but it seems like just sort of behind, because I said it's like on a field of crimson. You can see there's like one little segment of the stained glass window that's sort of like a little sliver of blue behind it. It's almost like someone's taken a painting and recreated the scene in the stained glass window and sort of made it extra stylized and given it extra style, but they've taken the time and effort to sort of depict like a lake or a ocean or a river or something.
Some sort of body of water.
Some body of water, like sort of behind it. So whether that is relevant to you at all, I don't know.
No, that is. It's something to keep an eye out for. It's specific, to be honest, as well. River, lake, ocean, whatever it is, but a windmill near something such as that. Okay, perfect. I'll make my way out, and Thana did mention when I asked her how we fight these things is that like they're usually the spirits of people, and it's less about them and more about things, and we were looking for things. That voice was womanly. It got angry about the child. It looked like a woman. I'll turn to Thana and even pass Thana to Iron Dancer.
The jewelry box, that's a thing chicks have. Do you think it's useful?
I love it.
I'll get Thana to roll a religion check. And let me know what she rolls. No.
That would be a huge advantage, wouldn't it?
Yes, could definitely be, yeah.
Mm.
Where are you? Oh no, I just need to add.
She's got a +4.
She's got a +4. What did you roll?
Oh, I hadn't rolled. You said you roll. I can roll.
Oh, someone roll it for me.
+4 is a 9.
A total
She
of
does
9.
have heroic inspiration. I don't think I need to use that for her though.
I mean, you can use it if you wish to use it. It's up to you.
What if I used it and just the fact that I thought to use it earned her another heroic inspiration?
Do you have heroic inspiration, Mod?
I believe I used mine for something petty.
I'm not going to allow heroic inspiration for nothing, so she can use it or she can not use it. So it's up to it's up to you to decide.
Right. She doesn't need to use it. I don't know.
Yes.
Better safer than sorry.
And I'll grab the jewelry box and yeah, I guess go to step out. Now, is this another door just here to the south in the hallway? It looks like it is on the map, but I don't see one to click on.
Yeah, we'll get to that in a second. A couple things happen when you pick up the jewelry box. When you pick it up, you notice it rattles, like there's something inside of it.
I'll peek in as I'm walking out into the hallway. May as well at least see what I'm carrying.
Yeah, pop it open. There's like there's a little thing on the side that you can rotate, but you can also there's like a little latch, a little silver latch. You can just slide it back. You pop open the lid, and as you pop open the lid, this little like a ballerina, like a little dancing figure sort of pops up, and if you were to rotate it, you would imagine it would play music and the dancer would like spin around slowly, but you can see there's a little compartment underneath when that thing sort of slides open, and inside you can see there's 3 gold rings and a thin platinum necklace with a topaz pendant.
Jeez, okay.
Yes.
Okay, no problem. I'll close it back and shove it in a pocket.
Okay, closing the back up, taking it with you. Let's move on. I'm going to say, like, we see this cinematically happening. You close that box when we're like viewing it from the inside of the box, and this is like darkness. And that's when we come up to you, Tane Nui. I'm going to move the map over to you guys so we can follow what's going on with you. Tane, you continue up like a narrow and very steep flight of stairs that continues towards the west and then hooks back towards the north. So taking a left turn and heading another 15 feet, 10 feet towards the north, ends in a simple wooden door. What do you do? Again, pitch blackness in here.
Can I ask, does Tane Nui have anything that's lit up because he's a paladin?
No, not at this point.
Not mechanically, no. Thematically, my divine favor, which would have run out, glowed. Okay. So he hasn't lit anything. He's got really, really good dark vision. And
yeah, I'm just going to follow you very closely behind and try to be stealthy. Try to at least use the darkness to my advantage.
That's right. And I run in and I say, so were the lights on in this top level?
This is where you saw the light through a window facing the south. Yeah. Now, as you enter into this hallway, you don't see any light, but the small slivers of dull sunlight that peek through a window in the north. It's not much. It's not enough to sort of give you any vision, Fritz. But you can see it with your dark vision, Tane Nui. And that's all that you can sort of see. It's a bare hall. It's choked with dust and cobwebs. And as you actually step out into that room, to that hallway,
and yeah, I'd be running up the stairs saying, "Watch out! There's a ghost! There's a ghost!" And push the door out and step out.
Stepping out into the room, like I said, bare
Could
hallway.
I light a torch and roll it?
Roll it? What do you mean?
Yeah, could I light a torch and sort of throw it into the room?
Yeah, I mean, you can throw a torch into this dry wooden room if you want to. Yeah.
Set the house on fire and kill all of us.
All right. Lighting a torch, throwing it into the
It's not
room.
exactly a haystack. I think we'll be okay.
Yeah, hey, as long as you pick it up within a certain amount of time, you should be all right. Who knows?
Yeah. So I get to the top of the. It's all just an empty room.
It is all just an empty room. It's 15, 20 feet north to south. There is a 10-foot hallway in the northern section of the room. There are 1, 2, 3, 4 doors besides the one that you came through. But other than that, seems to be an empty room except for a torch, which is being thrown into the room as you speak. I'm going to put it there.
The speediest torch of all time.
Yeah.
And I imagine in my head canon,
Kicking it along with me.
Yeah, no, that's all good.
This is happening simultaneous to Fujin's exploration of the area downstairs. Just quickly, Bill, still in the same spot, doing anything?
Yeah, I haven't heard anything that would lead me either way yet.
No.
I've got a feeling with Fujin coming back to regroup that I might lead the group of 3 downstairs up the stairs. I don't want to be the last one coming up the stairs, basically.
Yeah. Okay. So if they're leaving,
nothing yet. But if we're all going to move, I'll move and I'll lead up the stairs.
Yeah. Okay. So just continuing on with Tane and Fitz for the time being.
So thematically, not thematically. So the way I'm seeing this is, as soon as I press the button, the door opens. Run upstairs. Ghost, and I'm just going to run to the south and knock that door open.
Okay, just a couple of things before you go ahead and open that door. Because as you sort of approach the northern wall, you notice a couple of things. Maybe Fritz, you see this? The northeasternmost wall, so the one in the center of the room on the northern wall, features a heavy rusted iron padlock. That would be that door there. And Tane, as you enter the room, just beyond the sound of the crackling fire, you feel like you can almost hear the sound of a woman crying coming from the door in the north, well, at the end of the hallway, turning left, so heading south. So that door there, you feel like you can hear the sound of a crying woman coming from there, just very faintly under the door.
Yeah, well, that's where I run. I run straight to the door, if that's right here, and I bang on the door and say, "We're here to help. Is it all right if I come in?"
No response.
I've kicked the torch along the floor.
You've kicked the torch along the floor. Your foot catches on fire. You take 6 points of fire damage. As you're burning alive, let's go back to Fujin. What are you doing? Let's take it back to that map.
So there was a door to the south of the bedroom?
There is a door to the
here?
south of the bedroom, that is correct, yes. So right to the south of where you're currently standing.
Quickly open that as well. Just want to make sure that we've at least checked everything on this floor. I've been told multiple times from people that we're trying to find information. That's how you fight undead, and so I'm trying to arm myself better to fight said undead.
This room, you sort of see those little Thana uses a bonus action and moves those dancing lights into the room behind you, and silhouetted by this eerie green flickering light, you see there's a large wooden tub with clawed feet and a small iron stove with a kettle resting on top of it. And there's a barrel under a spigot in the eastern wall, but that's all you see.
Okay, just the bathhouse. Yeah, no, it doesn't look important enough. Yeah, that's fine. He's going to... Actually...
Mm-hmm. Tell me what you think.
Look, we did it in the library, so I'm just going to make it canon. My claustrophobia is going to start increasing a little bit. The thoughts of like this, not the tiny bathroom, but like living in the walls, a shiver up his spine, and he's going to touch the wall of this north one. There's an unused spot just here of like someone hiding in the walls, rats in the walls. We've been told about that. So could I do some sort of like knock on the stone here and a perception check to see if it's hollow?
I'll let you roll an investigation check, but I will say it'll be at a disadvantage just because you are a human and you've only got dim light in this room.
Yeah, no, a 3. Intelligence is not my strong suit.
Yeah, man, it's a wall.
Look, I'll call it... Thana, before we quickly move on, the same as the study, this house has hidden crevices everywhere. I'd hate to think of it, but there's like a person-sized one right here, I think.
Look, I don't want to know about your crevices. And I'm pretty sure that this isn't where the ghost went. I think we should be going with the other guys. Oh,
Can you just take a look?
Fine. And she'll roll a
14.
14.
She rolled a 15, but she's got a -1 for investigation.
Yes, and a -1
-2
exhaustione. 13 is not too bad. She does notice there's a difference here between the wooden walls of the interior of the building. It is like the exterior of the building. There's a stone wall sort of behind the wooden paneling. She sort of like knocks on it. You can hear it's much more solid, and it's very much exactly the same as the wall directly to your west. It's like there's some kind of support pillar there of some sort.
Oh, okay. So this is just normal structuring, not something hidden.
As far as you're aware, yeah, with that investigation check, like maybe even you pull some of the paneling aside, you can see it's just like solid stone behind it.
Yeah, I probably would rip like one piece off.
Yeah.
As I'm like frustrated that I haven't found an answer yet. Maybe not. This house is making me go crazy.
All right.
Okay, let's catch up to the others. And I'll turn to follow her to everyone else.
You start moving back towards the stair. Bill, you see them pass by you, again lit only by these sickly green lights. And you prepare to move into that hallway, unless anyone wants to do anything different. I'm assuming not.
Nope.
No?
I'd just like the dancing lights to be blue.
Well, Grace, we've spoken about this. All right? The lights are green.
I got you back, Grace.
it's almost like Grace is here with us. Does someone else feel that?
Yeah.
I watched old episodes to channel it. I had a feeling this could come up. I was getting ready.
All right. So moving back to you guys, Tane Nui, Fritz, Bright Eyes, Tane, I will tell you what you see in this so-called room. Where's my music? I just put it on. Play it. Oh, there we go. That's creepy. All right. The door opens up into a dusty chamber about 15 feet wide and maybe 20 feet long. Cluttering the room is an arrangement of furniture all hidden from view underneath moth-eaten white sheets that hang limply, casting menacing shadows across the uneven floorboards. The faint sound of a woman crying can be heard echoing around the furniture in the room. Did I? Yes?
Sorry. I pick up the torch. I sheath my sword. I pick up the torch.
All right.
And
I'm kicking it. So.
yeah, I've got to stop this kicking. I stomp out some of the fires. I pick up the torch and I say, I'm like, right, I'm coming in. Now, don't be afraid of my appearance. It's just the way I was born.
All right,
I just walk in holding the torch up.
Going to take away the torch, and I'm going to put the light of a torch on you, Tane. Let's make it like yellow. It's fun. Fritz, you also see this same thing as you step into the room. Just this eerie discomfort. And as you step into the precipice of this room, you notice instantly there's a change in temperature as it drops by a few degrees. And just this sound of a woman crying just... I don't know if you guys can hear that. Echoing from somewhere inside this room.
Sven, can Fritz try and read Bright Eyes' body language to see, because he's got pretty good senses to see like whether this is a threat or someone that needs help. You know how dogs sometimes get their hackles up?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm gonna roll something here. All right.
I'm not here to hurt you. We're here to help.
I'm gonna say Bright Eyes steps into the room, and as he gets 10 feet into the room, he stops, bares his teeth, and starts growling at one of the sheets against the eastern wall. You can see it appears to be maybe 2 foot high, something like that, and just covered in this sheet. What do you do?
Right. What? Sorry. When you say 2 foot tall, do you mean it's like a figure with a sheet over it?
No,
or do you
it's
mean it's like a table?
It's about 2 feet high, roughly maybe 4 feet across, square-ish in design with sort of like a rounded top. Definitely not humanoid.
I walk over and I pull the sheet off. I'm like, hey, it's all right. It's all right. We're here. Why are you hiding? And I pull the sheet off.
Rip the sheet off, and you see an unadorned, simple, iron-banded chest. Like a box.
Yeah, okay. Yes.
What do you want to do?
Hey. Can I open the chest with the lock?
You reach down and you go to test the lid of this chest, and it pops open. No problem at all. Ka-chunk. And with
Careful,
a
Tane.
protesting groan, the rusted iron hinges roll back. The lid opens up, and inside, like, the crying just continues to echo around the room. And all you see in the bottom of this chest is like a dark brown stained sheet. It's sort of like lumped together in the bottom of the chest. And we'll see you next week.
Sorry, can you describe what was at the bottom?
It is a bundle of sheets, sort of haphazardly bundled together, like with like a dark brown stain.
Okay.
Also, am I the only person that has vision of the not so hidden support beam?
No, actually, that is not an accident.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay.
So if you remember back to the last episode, when you found that chest and that note, you felt something rumbling, and you felt like a rush of air coming down from somewhere above, and you start to realize that you're not sure what mechanism exactly triggered this to occur, but you realize that it has opened up some kind of secret passageway in this so-called support beam that you were investigating in the floor below. And Fritz and Tane, you see this. It opens up into another pitch black, very narrow, only like 2 foot wide set of stone stairs that disappeared down into the floors below. And we'll find out what happens on next week's episode. Oh boy.
Grace, you're alive.
Grace,
You're alive.
Only just. I really thought that that animated broom was going to have you, but no, unfortunately not.
How many hit points did you get?
She lost 5 hit points, so we'll have to remember to add that to her character sheet. But you guys handled it.
And is there any
Well done, guys.
news that you have for us upon completion of tonight's episode?
Unfortunately, no, I don't know what you're thinking about. No, couldn't possibly think of what you mean. No, there's no news. You do not level up.
I didn't ask, so no killing.
I think I've been pretty generous giving you a level already. So no, there's definitely you haven't quite reached the next milestone just yet. I do appreciate you guys playing with me tonight. As always, it's been a blast. I hope you guys had fun. Yeah,
Had a lot of fun.
Yeah, definitely.
and we're gonna highlight.
The broom.
William.
William's just a highlight.
I'm liking the evolution of Will, and I did like the sort of like the relationships that are forming because of the choices he's making. I'm enjoying it. It's adding a cool dynamic rather than just everyone being best friends.
Yeah, I think it is interesting too to see someone so dedicated to their role play that they're just doing things that are mundane. They're not. Bill hasn't done anything.
It helps me roleplay being frustrated because I'm real life frustrated.
I actually disagree. I think a lot of the choices he's made have been very intelligent.
Yeah.
You might say it's in his blood. But I will say, for those of you that aren't aware, in debriefing Strahd, both our guests so far that are players, the DM didn't have a chance to comment because we hadn't played yet, have commented on Fritz's ability where he will actually go to his comrade's aid more than anyone else. So if you want to hear more of the insights about other players, be sure to tune into Debriefing Strahd, where we go into backstories and motivations.
Gives you a little bit of an inside look into the motivations behind characters and a little bit of extra content for those people who just can't get enough of Beckoned Blackest Night. And I don't blame you, because it is, like I said, the best Curse of Strahd actual play live stream this side of the galaxy, as Star Wars characters would put it. Yeah, like I said, I appreciate it. Join us again next week, 8:30 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. Hopefully Grace will be able to join us as well. If you're watching this back on YouTube, make sure you give us a like, share, follow, subscribe, and join us on Twitch, because really the best way to watch this is on Twitch. So you can watch it live. And I'll do my best to keep my eyes on the chat. I don't do that such a very good job, but my players definitely do better than I do. Speaking of which, make sure you leave a comment in the video to go into the... I don't want to say go into the draw. That makes it sound like they're going to win something. But to have your comment read out potentially in the next episodes. And of course, as always, join us on Discord. It's been a blast having you all. May all of your 20s be natural. And we'll see you next Monday. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Oh, yeah.